Page 50, Chord Jumps. At the top of the page, they're introducing you to an idea we use in music called primary chords. Primary chords, there's 3 of them, and they're the same numbers in every key. Every key has 3 primary chords. It really helps if you can learn what these are. You already know 2 of them. So let's go to C major. All the white keys, that's kind of our basis where we explain things, and you can apply those things then to the other keys. C major, and if you take a C chord, which is a chord built on C, it's the name of the key. A D chord is built on D, remember that? A G chord is built on G, an F chord is built on F, blah blah blah. Okay, C chord, in the key of C, that is a 1 chord, or a tonic. We've already talked about this. It is a primary chord, one of the more important chords used more often than the other chords. You can Google primary chords and read all about it. Okay, and we've already had the 5-7 chord. Remember the 5-7 chord, the dominant 7th chord, 5 chord, whatever? Well, that is another primary chord. Then the 3rd primary chord we haven't really talked about is the 4 chord. It's built on the 4th step of the scale in C major. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be an F chord. Just know the primary chords. 1, 4, 5, 7. Just remember, that's the numbers. You can figure out any key as long as you can remember what those numbers are. 1, 4, 5, 7. They may not be in this arrangement because you can invert them, you can rearrange the notes, but those are the notes just the same. Those are the names of the notes. At the bottom of the page, chord jumps, you get to use these. Starting out with a C chord at the bottom. The next measure, it's an F chord, and then you have a 5 chord, or the G chord. And they're playing the 7th with the right hand, so it's a 5-7 chord. And then back to the 1 chord. You see, I know I'm playing 2 E's here. Doesn't matter. When you're figuring out what a chord is, you can duplicate the notes as much as you want. I mean, there's certain rules you follow when duplicating notes. So the fact I'm playing another E does not change what the chord is. It's still a C chord. I'm just playing the E in twice is all. That's okay. As far as figuring out the chords, it doesn't matter. Key jumps, I don't know that I have to explain this too much. You got the chord, and then they put leap in there. I really don't like that. Faber, leap to me implies jumping up and down, or jump way up like this. Leap. And I would prefer that you be in the habit of keeping your hands close to the keyboard. Don't get way up high like this. Don't think going over something when you have to move the hand. Think going through it. Just slide across. You're just lifting up enough to move is all. You're not leaping, is what I'm saying. Don't leap on piano. Leap somewhere else. So going from the 1st measure to the 2nd, just lifting up and moving. And I do it, I'm so used to playing chords in this position. You know, I see a chord in that position, I can put my hand in that position, I don't even have to think about it. And eventually you will too. You may have to think about it first here, but eventually you want to get to where there's no hesitation or anything, you can go right to it. Because going to the next measure, you got to go to a G chord. Well, you just move up again. See, it doesn't matter how far you're going. I can go a little bit. I can go a lot. I'm not going way up above the keyboard. It's just up above the key slightly, and I'm almost sliding across the keyboard. I'm not really. I'm above it, but I want you to stay close to the keyboard is what I'm saying. And then going from the next to the last measure to the last measure, here to here. Again, not leaping. I'm just lifting up and move. You lift up between slurs and phrases. It's the same thing here. You just lift up and move, except the silence isn't as long as it would be between a slur or a phrase. So it's here, here. Now it helps that here they put in staccatos there, because that gives you a little more time to get down here. Because immediately after you played it, you can go ahead and move down. You don't have to wait until the beat is over to move down. So this chord jump is here, wrist staccato here. Try and get the notes down at the same time. And these are not staccatos, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and the staccato. And at the end, then the right hand gets to play. If right hand goes here, I'm going to have my right hand here ready to go. I don't want to have to be moving around anymore, and I have to. So it's here at the beginning. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. Now they have some things at the bottom. They want you to write in the name of the one chord, or the notes of the one chord, the letter names of the one chord. It helps if I read it. I don't know. So what notes are involved in a one chord? In C major, see, when we talk about chords like this, 1, 4, it's in relation to the key signature. What key are you in? Because if I don't know what key you're in, I don't know what the one chord is. Here we are in C major. Do they ever say that on this page at all? I don't know. Yes, they do. In the middle, key of C. Okay. Remember, you don't have to say major. If you leave major out, it's implied. So when I say key of C, we're talking C major. If it were C minor, I'd have to say the minor. But C major. So the one chord, you just put in the names of these notes. Let's go up here. And then for the 4 chord, you know what? Put in the names of the notes. And the 5, 7 chord, there's 4 of them. 4 notes. Write in the names of the notes. So whatever. I'm not going to do a play with me here because this is a little short thing. I just wanted to talk about primary chords.